Hi, my beautiful angels. I hope you guys are all well. Today I am here with this makeup tutorial. It is a cruelty-free makeup tutorial which is perfect for the party season or Christmas or New Year's, wherever your little heart desires to wear this. But yeah, if you guys would like to see how to get this super glamorous, glittery makeup look, then please keep watching. So I'm jumping straight onto eyes and I'm using the Insta Blur Eye Primer and Concealer. And the reason why I'm starting with eyes first is because we are going to be using some glitter. So I wanted to make sure that my eyes were done first so that there was no glitter on my base. So I'm just setting those eyes in place with some powder and then moving on to the crease shade. I'm using the Honey Bronze Bronzer and I'm putting that into the crease of my eyes. This is quite a warm tone shade, but what I'm doing is I'm adding around 2 to 3 layers to really intensify that up and making sure both of my eyes are looking as even as possible, like this. Grabbing this eye colour stick in the shade Siberian Quartz, I'm putting this onto the rest of my eyelid. So I'm getting a good layer of it onto my eyelid, and then once I've got a good kind of amount on there, I'm blurring and blending all of those edges out. All of the products that I'm using, including brushes, will be in the info box below, so don't forget to check that out. But here I am doing the exact same thing to the other eye, so getting a good layer of that onto my eyelid and then blending all those edges out. And this is going to make our eyeshadow look a lot more pigmented and a lot more richer as well, because we've got a really good kind of creamy base on there. I'm just adding a little bit more of the crease bronzer shade into that. It's just going to help everything blend a little bit better. Then I'm taking the Night Is Mine eyeshadow palette and I'm taking that matte aubergine colour in the top left hand corner and I'm popping that on to the outer and inner corners of my eye. So I'm really pressing this onto the eye to get a good amount of pigment on there and to get it really opaque as well. And once I'm happy with the way that's looking, I'm just going to connect the two outer and inner up in the crease like I'm doing here. And then as always, making sure everything's nice and blended as along we go, just so that it helps everything look easier and more blended at the end of the look. I'm taking the We Rule the World palette and I'm taking that pinky shade, which is actually a lip color, but it's a gorgeous, gorgeous creamy kind of pigment, and I'm popping that onto the centers of my eyelid. Because we are putting glitter on top, this is going to act as a really nice base. You can go in with some glitter glue or some eye drops, but I just went with this, and then I'm taking the pink glitter, which is stunning. I took some glitter out onto the lid and I only pressed it in there like once or twice, and this is how much glitter I got. And I just love how it adds like a sparkly, Christmassy kind of party look to the whole makeup look. And this also does come in a gold shade as well, so you can totally skip this pink out for the gold, but I just wanted to do something a little bit colourful. But here I'm just taking that matte aubergine shade and just blending the glitter edges out to make sure everything's nice and coherent and that it doesn't look like I've just plopped like glitter onto my eyelids. This just helps everything look a little bit more kind of tidied up and blended in together. Next up, I'm taking the Super Volume Mascara and I'm popping that onto the top lashes of mine. I'm just getting a good layer of this on. We are going to go in with lashes, but you can totally leave it just with mascara if you want. But because this is a super glam look, I wanted to definitely add some lashes on top. So I'm just adding it on the top lashes for now, and then taking the Oils of Life oil, which is one of my favorite facial oils like ever. I think this is my second or third bottle, but I'm putting that on to my skin to moisturize it and prep it before we add any of our foundation. But then I realized I also had some of this, which is the Drops of Glow Illuminator. So I'm popping some of that onto my face as well, just to add a tiny bit of glow to my kind of skin. And for foundation, I'm using a mixture of these, the Fresh Nude Foundation and the Matte Clay Foundation. And I mix those two shades to get that perfect shade for me. And I'm bouncing this on to my skin and making sure it's really nice and blended into all the areas and all like the nooks and crannies of my face, and making sure I'm taking that down slightly on my neck and too. Then for the concealer, I'm using this Body Shop concealer right here, and I'm also using it to clean up the eyeshadow right here, like you can see. And then I'm also adding it onto the usual areas, which I like to conceal and highlight. This is like my favorite way of concealing and highlighting. I don't think I could do it any other way, but I'm just making sure that it's on all those areas, and then I'm just going ahead and blending all of that out using the pointy end of the beauty sponge. Once that is done, I couldn't do this tutorial without using the shade adjusting drops, so I'm using this to contour with. I'm taking this into the usual areas of my face that I like to contour. This is probably one of the most perfect drugstore contours I've ever tried. It's actually a shade adjusting drops for your foundation, but I love using it as a contour because it's got a really nice kind of cool tone to it, and it adds such beautiful shadows to the face that I love cream contouring with this. So I'm just blending all of those lines out and making sure it's nice and kind of blended and melted into the rest of the base. And all the brushes that I'm using are Body Shop as well, so don't forget to check those out because they are actually really good. And whatever's left on my brush, I'm just using that to contour my nose. And then I'm setting my under eyes with some powder before going ahead and setting all the contour and cheek areas. So I'm using the contour shade on the top left hand corner to set the cream contour that we did, and this is just going to make everything look a little bit more intense, but also it's going to set everything so it doesn't budge throughout the day or night when you wear this. And then I'm taking the bronzer shade, which is the one on the top right hand corner. I'm just using that to warm up my face because you guys know I love the bronzer. I love having a really nice bronzy warm face, so I'm just getting that onto my skin as well. Then I totally remembered I forgot my lip balm, so I'm taking the honey lip balm and popping that on my lips. This is really nice because it's not too glossy and it's not too matte, so it's perfect for wearing like liquid lipsticks underneath, or on top more like. And then I'm taking the pink shade from that same contour palette and I'm popping that onto my cheeks. It's super pigmented, so I did have to tone it down a little bit with my beauty sponge. And then taking the highlight shade, I'm using that to highlight my cheeks. If you do want more of a kind of extreme highlight, then you can definitely spray your brush with the vitamin E mist, and that's going to add some more of like an intense glow to the face, but I just wanted to go with something a bit more subtle. For my brows, I'm using the Brow Sculpt and I'm popping this onto my brows and just kind of cleaning them up. I have had them microbladed, so I just go ahead and make sure that the lines are nice and clean, and I'm doing that again on both of my brows. But what I really like about this, that it has a brow gel built into it, so you'll see me in this next clip opening up the other end, and it's basically got brow gel in there, which is so good, especially like if you're going to be traveling. This is such an important product to have because you just have like everything in one product. I think it's fab. Then taking the Velvet Gel pen eyeliner, I am tightlining my upper and lower waterlines, and then I'm doing my trick, which I've been doing for so long now, is I take that same eyeliner and smudge it along my lower lash line, and here you can see me doing the same thing onto the other eye, and this just helps smoking out your lower lash line so super easy. I'm taking that matte to aubergine kind of purpley shade, and then I'm just blending all of that out on the bottom lash line, and this just really helps everything look really nice and smoky without having to do too much work. And I just love doing this because it just makes the whole eye look super intense and super glamorous. So once that's all done, I'm taking that same mascara, the Super Volume Mascara, and I'm popping that on to my lower lashes. And then the look is almost done. The next step is super optional, but I did pop some falsies on top just to make the look a little bit more glam. And then I'm just fixing up the eyes, making sure everything is looking really nice and blended and that it's looking nice and seamless. Then for lips, I'm taking Goa Magnolia, which is a matte liquid lipstick, and I'm popping this onto my lips. And I just felt like this just went so well with the eyes. It's something a bit more dramatic. I would generally go with a nude, but I wanted to do something with a bit more color. So I went with this one. And then the final step is to take the makeup setting spray and spritz your face so you are ready to rock and roll for the rest of the night. And this, you guys, is the final makeup look. Perfect for Christmas, New Year's, and the party season, which is coming up. I cannot believe like we're basically in December. This is just crazy. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'd like to say a massive thank you to the Body Shop for sponsoring this video. You guys are amazing. I love you. If you did like this look, then please don't forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye.